Given the competitiveness of the fight, I think that's why we're all coming into this saying that it was a 50-50 fight. It now feels like this was an upset, even though it was 50-50 and either man could win. Is that just because of how one-sided it was and what we saw?
You know what? I don't know what happened on Saturday night. I'm going to show you guys what I saw as soon as this fight began. Deontay Wilder's in the middle of the ring, but as soon as Tyson Fury meets him, he takes a step back. And that's what he seemed to do the entire fight, was fight off of his back leg. And it seemed like his game plan was to use the jab, head and body, which he worked. I even gave him the second round. But I think Tyson Fury had a psychologically beat Deontay Wilder before they entered the ring. And I think those words, "I'm gonna knock you out in the second round," played on Deontay Wilder. Happened in the third round, but I think it was set up from the way Tyson Fury started the fight and the way Tyson Fury ended the fight. Deontay Wilder fought on his back foot the entire fight, trying to get space, trying to find space, and never found a comfortable position in the ring to really get to work.
I'm gonna tell you why. I think Deontay, it makes sense what you're saying. It could be why. But I feel that Deontay Wilder, he knew that Tyson Fury was going to pressure him in the first, second round because he was talking that. He was talking about him knocking out Deontay Wilder in the first 3 rounds. And so when that happened, I think Deontay Wilder was like, okay, I actually gave the first 2 rounds to Deontay Wilder.
Okay.
Even though they were kind of even, but they were an S. You know,
I don't agree, but okay.
Okay, first two rounds, I give him to Deontay. I think he was throwing brilliant jab. He was moving. I think he was composed at that time. But it wasn't until that third round when he got hit with that overhand right hand. It changed the whole fight.
The first one that floored him.
First one that floored him. Yeah. It wasn't the Deontay Wilder that we were normally. I mean, I'm not putting excuses.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that that's what happened. After that knockdown, we didn't see the Deontay Wilder that we're used to. Yeah. He was just on survival mode. His balance wasn't there.
He never got comfortable in the ring. He never, you know how when that bell rings, there's always some emotion.
Right.
And you gotta, you take your time, the sweat starts to go, and you start to get comfortable and find your game plan and find what you want to do. And Deontay Wilder was never afforded even the opportunity to do that in this fight.
Has anybody ever managed to negate Deontay Wilder's right hand the way that Tyson Fury did?
Absolutely not. I mean, we've seen a couple of guys last. Stavern, the first fight, he lasted the 12 rounds, got knocked out in the rematch. Same thing with Luis Ortiz. Tyson Fury, what makes Tyson Fury great is that he was able to negate that right hand from a distance, and then he was able to negate that right hand and get close to Deontay Wilder.
I mean, Deontay Wilder has given his explanation, hasn't he, as to why he didn't look as strong on his legs as we're used to seeing him. He said, he didn't hurt me at all, but the simple fact is that my uniform was way too heavy for me. I didn't have no legs from the beginning of the fight. Abner, what do you make of this? Because there's been a lot of clapback, I think, on social media to that. Does a fighter have to find an excuse for themselves so that they don't ultimately have to question themselves? Is this part of the process?
You know what? I think I don't blame Deontay Wilder for this. I think it was too soon for him to be giving interviews. You know, day after his tough loss. I think it was a loss that, he's not able to simulate yet. You know, it hasn't hit him. I think it's hard on him. And for him to put that excuse, I don't think anyone is seeing it right. Everyone, there's a lot of people that are actually making fun of it because, I mean, we have this 6'8" guy that carried a 50-pound, body armor. And, I mean, for him, that's nothing, really.
Depending on how long you've had it on for, right? I mean, there could be legitimacy in that.
To me, the bottom line is his
I think it's so mental. I think he's not there yet. He's not accepting.
To me, the bottom line is the ring uniform was absolutely amazing. I thought, hands down, we had something we had never seen before. LED lights, sparkling even in the dark. I mean, it just was flat out amazing. And he fueled me up with power as I watched him walk to the ring. The thing that we don't know is, again, it's never been done before. Right. So we really don't know how that felt on his body. We don't know how long he was staged.
Well, he did know because he did wear it a day before.
He wore it the day before, but he didn't know how it was going to feel when he walked and got staged and waited on Tyson Fury to make his grand entrance.
Which was a long ring walk as well.
I just feel that he's still in denial. He does not want to accept
and I get
that he lost.
Yeah.
for the first time in his career, and he's just making up an excuse. And I'm sorry to say that, but it is what it is.
For the best access, perspective, and personalities in all of sports, follow us at Fox Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Thank you for watching. Well, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you click somewhere around here and subscribe. From fight highlights to exclusive interviews, we have got everything you need as a boxing fan right here on PBC on Fox.